buckle up, because it's gonna be a long ride. It's gonna be a wild ride. Nobody cares, but we're gonna tell you anyways. This is Popcorn Chats. Oh my god. Just as soon as we start. I'm so sorry. I haven't even been drinking that much yet. Wow. What are you drinking? Is that like something in Coke? Yeah, whiskey. We got Jim. Okay, here's a Mandela effect for you. I always thought it was Jim Beam. Isn't it? No, bitch. It's Jim Beam with an M at the end. No. Right? No. Right? No. It's Jim Bean. Hold tight. I will grab it. There's no fucking way. Baby, it had me so fucked up. Those who are viewing. Katie, no! Oh my god. Isn't that wild? That is wild. I for sure thought that it was bean. That's ridiculous. But anyways, yes, I'm having some. It's very delicious. Nonetheless, it is a vanilla whiskey with some root beer. And then I got a Stella Artois on deck. So that's because I'm catching up. I literally just got home from Target. I had to go get a couple things. And now our apartment smells so good because I went and got a candle and they had the Hearth and Home or whatever, Joanna and what's his name? They had those big ass candles on clearance. So they're normally like $30. I got it for $12. Ooh, so a good deal. Bitch on a budget. I am a bitch on a budget. I'm talkative as usual, but I mean, this is a podcast. It really is. It is. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm Katie. And I'm McKay. And we are back with the thing that we do on this podcast where we get drunk and we talk about Disney Channel original movies. Oh my god. Oh, I thought I was going to sneeze. My allergies are really bad right now. I'm sorry. Oh, have mercy. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this time. Okay, wow. This time, we're going to be talking about The Lemonade Mouth, the Bridget Mendler classic about a ragtag group of teens who come together through song. As they do in these movies. Which literally is the logline for any DCOM. But nonetheless, we're going to be talking about it. We are back to recording back-to-back days. We haven't done this in a while, but we literally recorded last week's episode yesterday. So not a whole lot to catch up on. Actually, I don't know. Do you have anything to check in about? No. You found a gray hair. Talk about that. Guys, I did find a gray hair. It is confirmed. A fucking gray hair. Was when I was washing my hands in the bathroom earlier this afternoon, I was looking at myself in the mirror, as one does, and I was looking at my hair, and I was like, oh, I don't think, like, I maybe shook out all of my dry shampoo well in this one spot, because I had this one, like, really bright hair, and it's only, like, 1.5 inches long, and it was, in fact, white. And I knew my mom got gray hair when she was younger, so I immediately called my mom and I was like, when did you get gray hair? And she started finding gray hairs when she was like 28, 29, and I'm 25. So like that's really young to find one already, but it is only one, but yeah, it was a little scary, but I pulled it out. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I needed to like inspect it closer, and it was like higher up on my head, so I had to pluck it out. Tragic. The kitties are giving me gray hair. It's because of them that I just stress about them all the time. Oh my god. I need to grab a Kleenex, otherwise I'm going to be sniffling through this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about your gray hair. That is really unfortunate to hear about. Yeah. I don't like that. My one main catch-up thing is that I released my short film today called The 25th Year. It's on my YouTube channel called Caitlin Healy Films. The link to that channel is in the description of this episode, and you should go watch it because it's cute and people cry when they watch it. Everyone who's watched it has cried. So I had actually a girl send me a tape for Lauren today, which was exciting. I definitely think I'm gonna meet with her. Lauren's hard just because it's like that person needs to be perfect, and I don't. Same with Stella too. Like there's this girl that I really, really, really want, and at first she was like responding to me and super interested, and then when she found out it was an LGBTQ film, she like stopped responding to me, which kind of sucks. Are you for real? Yeah, and I don't know if like that's for sure the reason why, but like that's because she was so responsive. For anybody who doesn't know, we're talking about about my feature film that we're trying to make. I'm trying to like cast the 3 main characters, and this girl who I really, really, really wanted for the love interest, I found her on TikTok. She was being super responsive and super dope and like really interested and everything. You know, I was like giving her more info. I don't like to give a ton of info right away because obviously like I don't want to just be like spreading around what my film is about to everybody. Yeah, I was like giving her little bits of information at a time, and then as soon as I kind of said like I want you to play the love interest and it's a queer film because like everything I make is gay, and that's when she kind of went like radio silent. And it just sucks because I follow her on TikTok, I follow her on Instagram, I see her stuff all the time, and I'm just like, she is perfect. Like I need her to play this part so badly. I DM'd her today on TikTok and I was like, please, 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 like at least read for it. Like I just want to, I want to see you do it. It's been kind of rough, but it's crazy how much better I am. Like I know yesterday / last week's episode, I was like, I'm down bad, I miss my girlfriend, all this stuff. It's so crazy how much better my mental health and like my mental state is when I don't work. Like on my days off, because I had off today, and I'm just like, fine, you know, I'm living, I'm thriving. To put out my short film, it's like I have content going out that always makes me feel good. I don't know, like I'm just really stressed about the future, and my sweet girlfriend made this whole little like spreadsheet about what we're gonna do and like our 5-year plan, and I just love her so much. I know, like that type of stuff is my shit. I've never met someone who is like so understood me so deeply that she just like knows that will really help me and help us in our relationship, and that really like made my day today. And now we get to record, have a couple beveraginos. Yeah, it's a good day. We're always, when we're both able to like be doing our creative outlets and have them be going well and like feel productive about them, we are at our best. And you can tell that when we don't have the time or are out of that routine, how much that affects us. Because I feel the same way. Because I just finally like got back into writing last week, and I just feel like so much better. Because like I obviously when I was sick, then I like fell out of it, and then even when I was like better, then I was catching up on like YouTube and TikTok stuff that I didn't really have time to write. And now finally like all of that is aside, and I finally have had time to be writing again, and I just feel so much better. I also love your shirt. I wanted to get that for Shelby for her birthday. Her birthday's on Thursday, and I just ran out of time to get it. Well, and also it's sold out. It sold out like really quickly. They have some of the other ones, but yeah, it's sold out. But I love it. So the shop DM'd me and was like, hey, can we put your picture on our Instagram? And I was like, yes. They haven't done it yet, but maybe they're waiting for a restock. Yes. I love that. I love it. I think it's so iconic. Oh my God, when the Obi-Wan Kenobi show comes out, we might have to do like an episode. That's fine. I am intrigued by that a lot, so I'm totally down. I'm going to watch that. Even if we just cover, like, okay, cool. All right. Shall we jump into this lemonade mouth? Yeah, let me pull up my literal notes that I literally made in, like, 5 minutes. Well, so we normally kick these off where we talk about like what our like early experiences are with these movies, because every other drunk Disney movie we have seen it before except maybe Hocus Pocus. I know I hadn't seen Hocus Pocus, and I don't think you had either, right? No. So that was like a first watch for us. I had never seen Lemonade Mouth before, so this was my first experience with it. But Katie, you have seen it. So what was like your earliest memory with it? I could not tell you. This was one of the movies that was kind of like we were on our way out of Disney Channel. So I don't really remember. I mean, I remember seeing it when it premiered on TV, or maybe not even the premiere. It could have just been like a random day where I was sick and it was on. I remember seeing it when I was a kid. And then recently, my roommate Shelby and I watched it. That was my most recent rewatch, and that was a couple weeks ago. I was inebriated to the max. Like, you know, I have a couple drinks at the end of my work days, but like that night, I must not have had work the next day because I was gone. So, yeah, I think I have like an overall understanding of this film. But here's the thing. When we rewatched it, I loved it. I loved it. I was like, this is so good. And we all know that this is my shit. Like, again, just like I said at the beginning, ragtag group of kids coming together to sing sounds like something that I personally love. Glee. My note was that this is literally the Disney Channel movie that if Katie wrote for Disney Channel, this is what she would write. Like, it just felt like Your movie.
It's so true. It's like Breakfast Club meets Glee. And that is like my shit.
Mm-hmm. You just probably make it gay.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Stella would be gay as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But, so, okay, what's your overall reaction? This is your first time seeing it. What's,
Yeah, it was fine. I didn't hate it. I watched it while I was getting ready this morning, and then I finished it, then while I was eating dinner. So, like, at least I think if I sat down and just, like, watched it, but I think it was fine while I was doing other things. It was a little cringe, as Disney movies tend to be.
Sure.
And I think without the nostalgia factor, it's not as good for me as it would be for other people who do have that reminiscence of it. But I definitely agree it's not bad by any means. I can totally get why it was popular, why people enjoyed it. I don't think it's a bad film. It's no Kissing Booth. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was fine. I will never rewatch though.
Okay, that's fair. I think we've talked about this before. Without the nostalgia factor, these movies don't necessarily hit. And it's hard because for me personally, like, if I had never seen Cheetah Girls 2 and then I watched that film, I really struggle to truthfully say that I wouldn't love and adore that movie as much as I do.
I feel like there are some exceptions, and I think Cheetah Girls 2 is one of them. I think that movie is fantastic.
Same with, like, High School Musical 3.
Mm-hmm. Or that's just genuinely a good movie.
But I do understand, especially with this film. I feel like this is one of the last good Disney Channel films. Like, I guess The Descendants, and I guess also, like, I haven't seen many since this one. It also makes sense that I saw it and you didn't, because I had a little sister and you had an older brother, so you guys probably weren't watching Disney Channel, whereas we still were at my house, so.
No, we were watching, like, Parental Control and Bad Girls Club.
Yeah. I remember, like, not anticipating this film as much as, like, High School Musical or The Cheetah Girls or Camp Rock or anything like that. I wasn't, like, super excited about it. I even remember we should cover, did you ever see Starstruck with the guy from Sunny with a Chance?
No.
Because I remember highly, highly anticipating that one, and I was in 7th grade.
You know what I've been thinking about lately, though? I was thinking about the song Pixel Perfect. There's that one, like, really good pop song in there that I can't remember what it's called now, but I remember loving that.
I could not tell you a single thing about that film except for, like, the rain, and she can't, like, feel the rain.
Yeah.
Do we have a standout star? Do we have a standout scene?
I didn't do either of those, but I guess standout star, mostly because it took me so long to figure out where I could place her, and I still don't even remember her name, but the one girl that plays Princess Jasmine in the live-action Aladdin movie, I was like, why does she look... Naomi, is that her real name? I was like, why does she look so familiar? And that took me so long. I don't know. The cat. Poor cat. R.I.P. There's no one that's really a standout, to be honest, in my mind. What about you?
I think as a lesbian, I have to say Stella. Haley Kiyoko is a queer icon.
Oh my god, that's her?
Yeah, bitch.
Dude, oh my god, I didn't realize that. How did I not place that too? I thought all of these fucking people looked even the ginger. I was like, who is he? He looked familiar too.
Yeah, he was on other shit. I just don't remember. He had a little stint on the Disney Channel. Is that how you say her name? Haley Kiyoko?
Yes. Well, I think so, but yes, now that you say that. Oh my god. And Naomi Scott is Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, her name in this is Mo. I love Haley Kiyoko now, so it's, like, funny to kind of watch her in her early stages. And I love how she, like, doesn't have a love interest in this. And she's just kind of, like, there and chilling.
Because, if she did have a love interest, it should not have been.
No, definitely not. She has so many, like, gay pop ballads that I just jam the fuck out to.
Oh my god, the drummer's really hot now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I even thought, like, when I was watching this, I'm like, if I would have watched this when I was younger, the drummer would have been the dude that I would have been, like, really into, and now, dang, okay.
I remember kind of having a crush on him. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
When I first watched this, I remember kind of having a crush on him because he reminded me of, like, Beck from Victorious, and I fucking loved Beck and mostly Jade, but I loved Beck too. Remember like wanting him to be more chill like Beck, and he was just so cringe and embarrassing, and I was like, bro, you fucking ruined it. You gave me the ick. He's doing the most in this. He falls over a fucking soccer ball like 2 minutes into the film, and I'm like, dude, it's a stationary ball. Like, you should be able to kick it.
Standout scene. I don't know.
I like the scene where they're all in jail and then they start like singing because they got the zipper, and then the like banging on the bars.
Can you imagine the prison guards?
I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, more like standing out because it's so cringy in my mind is right at the end when they unveil the new like music art facility theater, and the theater teacher and the principal have that like really odd encounter of him being like, yeah, you know, I used to be a rebel, and her being like, oh, Mr. So-and-so.
She sucks. She's like off-brand Miss Darbus, and I don't fuck with her. I'm all for, especially with DCOM, like settling into tropes and having those like characters that are kind of like a staple, like the principal who is only out for funding and the money, and like he's the bad guy. That character in this was good, but then like certain characters like the quirky art teacher or like the quirky like guiding force, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. The actress who plays Miss Darbus hits the nail on the motherfucking head. But unfortunately, the actress in this role just isn't doing it for me.
No.
I don't know. I think just the fact that it's all a fucking letter to her dad, who is in prison, is a lot.
What the fuck? And why do we never know what the dad's in prison for?
Yeah,
like, he could be in there for, like, rape or...
Literally.
Something horrible. I mean, he could be in there for, like, white-collar crimes, which, like, if he's in there for, like, tax evasion, okay, fine, like, send a letter to your dad. But if he's in there because he, like, murdered someone or he assaulted someone or, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little weird that we don't know what he's in jail for. Yeah, I agree. That's a bit odd. And her, like, meltdown, that's, like, so iconic, where she's like, I never even met or I don't even remember my mom and my dad's in prison or some shit. Like, it's like, bruh. Why is there always the character that's just like, no parents, no money?
And the other thing was she had the confrontation with Ginger, and they were at the coffee or at the little like smoothie place or whatever, and he's telling her like how he feels about his dad remarrying and all this stuff, and she goes and she gets like super pissed at him and is saying like, well, at least you have a family. It's like, okay, here, yes, he does, but that doesn't invalidate his feelings. I could see how that could be annoying to you, but there are better ways to say it than to just say like, get the fuck over it because you have something that other people don't.
Just because your issue, like there might be in some people's mind comparably bigger issues, that doesn't invalidate your feelings, hon. And it's fucking weird. If my dad started dating a fucking college student, I'd be like, Dad, no. Check yourself. Please and thank you. Like, if when I was in high school, my parents split up and my dad started dating a fucking college senior or whatever, and then he proposed to her and invited her to move into our home, like just packed up her dorm room and moved her into our house without fucking asking my sister and I, absolutely fucking not. And I would shit in her shoes.
You're like a dog.
Literally. Be like, fuck with me, ho.
I love that when he gets hit in the eye with the picture, then he says it's like because of her. I was like, okay, so we're just jumping ahead to like battery.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, so Bridget Mendler's character, Olivia, is so emotional. This poor fucking ginger man can't do anything. He's just like, oh, nice cat. Cute cat, it's kind of old. And she just starts breaking down like, that's the last thing I have to remember my mom by. It's like, bruh. Like, everything can't be. But, I mean, there are those people that it's just like anything you bring up, they're reaching. Which I guess the cat isn't really reaching, but they're reaching to, like, connect it back to something that they want to talk about. And it's like, if you want to talk about it, just talk to me about it, you know? Like, you don't have to pull it out of thin air. Like, I'm going to connect this cat back to my dead mom and my dad who's a felon.
And once again, why the fuck is your dad in jail?
Literally, he never thinks to ask, like, what'd he do? Because I'm sorry, but that would be my first question, like, what's he incarcerated for?
Because I want to know, like, am I like, oh yeah, I hope your dad gets out soon, or am I like, please God, don't ever let him get paroled?
Yeah, like, is he in there for a marijuana possession charge because he was like trying to smoke it up after his wife died? Understandable. And I would be like outside the prison, like protesting for him to get out.
Yeah, I'll write him a letter too.
But is he in there because he killed the mom? Then I'm not going. So
is he a peeping Tom? Okay, keep him away.
Yeah. Does he have like child pornography on his phone? Does he have like a child locked in his basement? Like, what is the context?
Yeah, we need to know the severity of this.
And it's like, as a child even, kids I feel like want to know what the person is in jail for too. So it's just weird that Disney Channel like brushed over that. It was like, oh, he's in jail. On with the story.
I wonder what that conversation was in the writer's room. Like, because the writers had to have thought of, like, what her dad could be in jail for. What if he gets out of prison and starts to steal your money, or stalks you on tour, or harasses people at your shows? You know, these are questions that you should be thinking about.
I think this would be very interesting as, like, a CW show. I think this easily could have been something like that, where there's just like layers and layers and seasons of just like crazy shit happening, and it starts when they're in high school and then the band like goes on afterwards. I love the idea of like a band forming in high school and then like going on from there, because you always say, like, we're going to be friends forever. You and I are an exception to that because we are high school friends who are going to be friends forever. But obviously groups don't stick together. And so I just think that concept is so interesting of like a successful band where you're like making money out of high school, like big fat money, and then like very successful band and what happens while they're growing up together. I would love a show like that. And then I think it would be interesting if Olivia's character's dad got out of prison and he like started hanging out with them on tour, and then she's all happy that he's out of prison. And the rest of them are like, he's so fucking sketchy. He's like taking too high. He's like their new manager, or he's like their tour assistant or whatever. And he's like taking money from them. Oh, the possibilities, babe. Where were we? How do you feel about Bridget Mendler? Like, what's your vibe with her?
I don't have a strong connection with her. Because I never watched, is it Dog with a Blog? What was her show?
Good Luck Charlie, bro.
Good Luck Charlie. I never watched that. So I don't have any sort of like nostalgia factor with her. And I fucking hate that Hurricane song. I know, Katie, you love it, but I don't like it.
That was on my literal birthday playlist.
I know it was. And I was like, Katie, I literally hate this song.
It is a bop. Are you kidding me?
I don't like it. So I don't know. And I didn't like love her character in this. So I don't know. Yeah. I'd say I'm like in pretty neutral territory. I have no reason to dislike her as a person, but I also have no reason to like her. Okay. But clearly I know you have a different opinion.
Well, I mean, I'm somewhat with you. I mean, I do love in this, because they easily could have like really highlighted her character and like made her character the main fucking thing, but this truly is taking after an ensemble and taking after the Breakfast Club, where like everyone is kind of equal parts part of the story and like the main protagonist. Just the fact that like Bridget Mendler was the main like decom person at the time, or Disney Channel person at the time, and then everyone else was kind of like relatively unknown. I just think it's cool that they prioritize story over like Bridget Mendler's stardom and like capitalizing off of that. I mean, Good Luck Charlie like went on for seasons and seasons, so that's like there's something to be said for that.
And isn't that mom like super problematic?
That mom is so problematic. She's like, I'm a California refugee. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. If I ever see her in these streets, it's on site, because she is literally the worst.
I just remember seeing on Twitter, like, the dad from that show actively roasting the shit out of her.
The dad from that show is one of my favorite Disney dads, and that's, I feel like, a controversial opinion, but I love him. I love Wizards of Waverly Place dad. I think he actually might be my number one. Jerry. Yeah. I love him so much. And then, obviously, Robbie Ray.
I don't think no one can top Mr. Coach Bolton for me. What even is his first name? I don't fucking know.
Troy Bolton Jr. He could also be Mr. Troy
Bolton Sr. Oh my god. Fucking losing it. He will always and forever be my number one. Bart Johnson. Come on the fucking pod. But I have to agree, I do love Jerry. And I love having a dad. Yeah, and I love that, and I would love to have a dad that owned a sandwich shop like that.
Yes. Oh, are
just
you
such a cool hangout.
Yes. Oh, fuck. I loved both the parents in Wizards of Waverly Place. I thought their dynamic was so good.
And again, like, I loved the three siblings. Like, I don't feel like one was fucking, what's his name? Jackson in, like, Hannah Montana. How sometimes he just, like, was too much.
And I think that's what was working in Good Luck Charlie, too, is because it was, like, kind of, like, three main siblings and then Charlie the baby, who's not, like, really a main character. Anyway, oh my god, we have to cover Minutemen. Because I haven't seen that movie in a long ass time and it's good.
Minutemen. Why the fuck does that sound familiar?
It's a time traveling movie with the guy from Good Luck Charlie and like Hatching Pete.
And Hatching Pete?
The guy with like the swooshy hair, the swooshy blonde hair. He was the older brother in Good Luck Charlie. I want to say his name is like Jason or something.
Look at this when you look up Minutemen. It's like the British military. Oh. It's loading. Anyways, it hasn't been lagging though on the Zoom at least. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I vaguely remember that.
I want to do that for Drunk Disney sometime.
I'm already living for the tall one with the really dark swooshy hair because that was like my favorite thing when we were younger was if a guy had that dark swooshy hair like that. Oh my god. That was the style.
He was in Sky High. He's the guy that glows or whatever.
Oh my god, and he was in How to Be Nicholas Braun. He's in like a bunch of stuff. Yeah. He was in How to Be Single. He's Dakota Johnson's boyfriend.
Yeah, and he's in Perks of Being a Wallflower. He's like the abusive, he's like Ponytail Derek or whatever in that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
I like him. Where is he?
He's in Uber Eats commercials.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. He's been in a lot of them. It's like him. What's the one? Why can't I think of her name now? The mom from A Cinderella Story. That's even bad to describe her as. The one with the iconic voice.
Oh, Jennifer Coolidge?
Yes. So sorry, Jennifer Coolidge. I completely blanked. And like Trevor Noah and a bunch of them are in Uber Eats commercials.
Interesting. Off topic. But back to Bridget Mendler. I just feel like she really could have had a bigger music career. I think she had some bops back in the motherfucking day. Hurricane is a bop. I get like the weird spoken part where she's like, I feel like a flying squirrel. Yeah, I get that's objectively bad. But the chorus, bitch, is good. And she hits those notes.
Agree to disagree.
I wish that she would have had more of a music career, and I feel that the big three, Miley, Demi, and Selena, were probably quaking in their boots a bit at the time. And, you know, Bridget, what happened? What's the expose?
Yes. You know what I couldn't help but think about when I was watching this was for some reason Lisa Cimarelli kept on popping up in my head. And I was like, if she would have broken free from her fucked up family, she could have been like on Disney Channel in one of these roles. Like in this movie, being a star.
Like Ariana Grande status. Because if she if she would have gone solo when she was trying to go solo and they talked her out of it. Y'all, if you don't know, we should do an episode on Cimarelli.
We should do a Cimarelli deep dive.
Dude, can we? I know that that's not like movie or TV, but it's pop culture. It's our culture. It would be
so fun. I would like to finish.
Okay, guys, if you don't know who Cimarelli is, start doing research now because we're going to do a fucking podcast episode about it. But they're a band of sisters, and the most talented one of the group, her name is Lisa. She has like literally comparable vocals to Ariana Grande. She carries the group. She hits all the high notes. They jip her on solos like it's nobody's fucking business, and they just put her in the background hitting all the notes that none of the rest of them can hit. No fucking shade, no fucking tea, but all shade and tea because Lisa, you deserve better. Anyways, she fell into the Christian trap. She just really could have had an Ariana Grande level career.
She could have.
It's so much wasted potential in my opinion. I saw a video of Ariana Grande performing Save Your Tears with The Weeknd, and just like her vocals, it's like jaw dropping. And when I saw her live, it's like it's better when you listen to her on the radio or like on Spotify. It's insane. And I feel like Lisa Cimarelli is the same way. It's just like
Yeah.
God level talent.
Mm-hmm.
But with her, it's just like,
That's how I feel with Lady Gaga. Like, her singing live is, like, better than her on her songs. It's incredible. She's insane.
Harry Cella is happening, and it's really hard for me to be so close and, like, not be able to pay to go. It's really fucked up. My coworker is also a Harry stan, and we had him, because you can, like, stream Coachella or whatever. We were closing together, and we had it streaming while we were closing. Oh, I'm so excited to see who his special guest is going to be this weekend. I really fucking hope that it's like, can you imagine if he brought like Taylor Swift?
That's what people are saying. Like Taylor Swift or one of the other One Direction people.
Like, I know that that's not gonna, like, I know Taylor Swift probably isn't gonna happen, but how fucking iconic would that be?
That would be insane.
I need that.
That would be wild.
I feel like that would be a cultural reboot and a shift in society. Like, I think things would start, like, they might save the world if they did that performance. With the vibes alone. That TikTok I sent you, it's like, is this gay Cella? Why is everybody gay?
Are they gay because of Harry Styles? I'd go to gay Cella.
Oh, bitch, me too. Lesbians being like, Harry keeps me by. And it's like, bitch, if you are in love with Harry, that just makes you more gay. And that's true. It's true.
I feel like all of your men that keep you by are also the reason why you're very much gay.
Yeah, I'm just gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like Timmy.
I don't even say
Harry.
I'm bi anymore because it's, you know, it's just a lie.
Yeah. You're just rolling with the L.
Yep, rolling with the L's. It's fine. I hate the word lesbian though. I hate being like, I'm a lesbian. I don't like it. I think there's just a lot of like negative connotation with that word.
Versus like gay, that is just more like commonly used.
Yeah, normally I'm just like, I'm gay. I had to tell a guy that recently. I was like, you know I'm gay, right?
Yeah. You told me that because you had to make sure he was on that page.
Yeah, well, I felt bad. He was like giving me so much free coffee and food, and I was like,
get your free coffee and food.
Yeah, right? Patriarchy. Reparations. Oh, fuck. Okay, we have not talked about Lemonade Mouth.
Do we have to? I'm just kidding. Yes. We did standout star and standout scene.
The bullies are garbage. I hate when men are bullies. Or, like, when men are the antagonists in Disney Channel films. It just doesn't hit. It doesn't hit as hard as, like, a Sharpay, obviously. Or even, like, the girl in Camp Rock. Whatever her fucking name is. Too Cool for You.
Tess Tyler.
Tess! Oh, bitch. Yes. I just feel like female villains in DCOM hit way better than, like...
Female villains just in general. Just fucking rocket. Yeah. I did not care about any of the villains. And again, because they're very, like, one-dimensional. You know, they're villains just for the sake of being villains and not for, like, any sort of, like, side progression at all.
I think the principal is a serve riding around on his fucking Segway with the helmet.
Oh, my God.
That's funny.
I did fall off of a Segway, but I would love to ride one around on a school hallway where it's not bumpy terrain. Like, when I was actually on one.
I would do that because I don't want the children to touch me and I want to like be above all of them.
I would love that sense of authority. I would be on such a power trip if I had a Segway.
The helmet kind of takes it away though. It's like, bruh, you look dumb. I would just be
I wouldn't want to mess up my hair, so I definitely wouldn't, but also like how fast could you really go in that? So I feel like you're not reaching excessive speed.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Maybe I would just have one of those like hoverboard things. If I were a principal now, I think I would just like ride around on one of those and like have my AirPods in and just like not fuck with any of the kids. Also, what is this? Like, is this a real thing? Can brands just sponsor a public school?
No. I really don't think so. And if you could, who the fuck wants to sponsor a public school? Who is in their marketing meeting for their company and is like, oh no, we don't want to like reach out to like sporting arenas or other companies or influencers. We want to reach out to the public high school.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like, remember all those Got Milk ads that used to be in our cafeteria in middle school?
Yes.
They really pushed milk. And for what? Like, why?
Honestly, though, How much money do you think they spent on the Got Milk campaigns? I'm looking that up because they had every bitch had a milk mustache. Every star had a milk mustache at some point.
You weren't a star unless you had a Got Milk mustache.
Yes. Oh my God. Is it even still a thing?
I don't think so, because I don't think people fuck with milk anymore. I think everybody is woke about milk now. We're all in the know that it's stupid. And it's
Katie, I don't think they are. I think that's where you're living in our generation. But I think outside of us, like, that's literally not.
People still like milk?
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, wait. It discontinued its milk mustache and Got Milk advertisements and launched a new campaign with the tagline, Milk Life.
No.
The campaign greatly increased milk sales in California, although not necessarily nationwide. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to try to see if I can find the budget.
The budget. Well, that's weird. I remember, like, they had one for, what's the band that sings Dirty Little Secret?
I'll keep you my oh my God. Aren't they not Cheap Trick?
No. Wait.
What the fuck is Cheap Trick, actually? Why did that just come to my brain? Is that even a real band? Oh, yeah, it is a band. The All-American Rejects? Is
yes,
that it?
yes.
Bless that. Then I don't have to finish typing. That just came to my brain while I was doing it. Okay. Got Milk. The processors agreed to finance the California Milk Processor Board by contributing 3 cents for every gallon of milk they processed. Wait, what? Oh, a $23 million a year marketing budget for Got Milk.
That is insane.
$23 million for marketing milk.
That's insane.
That is fucking wild.
They knew that no one was gonna fuck with milk, and they really had to invest that much money because milk is a scam and so fucking stupid.
I do have to say oat milk is my favorite, but oat milk is also the most expensive, and sometimes I just can't fucking budget it. Not when I have everything else that is expensive. When I am spending like almost $3 extra for oat milk, some weeks I just don't want to do it. I want to be a cheap bitch.
My go-to is normally like almond, and it's normally like Target brand almond milk or Aldi brand almond milk or like the stores brand, so it's like the cheapest of the cheap. I try to avoid soy milk because I don't know, Corinne says it causes cancer. There's literally, bitch, okay, here's the real tea.
There's shit in all of our food.
That's a thing. That's a thing. Also, Corinne's job is giving her cancer because she's exposed to a bunch of chemicals. There's a literal, can I tell you, there's a literal sign on the side of my apartment that says, living here might give you fucking cancer and you might not be able to have children. So I'm just like, okay.
I think I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not trying to fucking have a kid, but it's like, what are you doing? Like, what about this place? Is there fucking asbestos? There probably is asbestos in the ceiling.
Also, dude, don't ask me why this just randomly popped up in my brain, but did you know that Katie Maloney and Tom Schwartz are getting a divorce on Vanderpump Rules?
Really? Why?
They're divorcing. I don't know.
Good for her.
I just found out about it yesterday, actually, because a Watch What Happens Live clip popped up on my YouTube, and it was like Lala Kent's reaction to Katie and Tom split. And then I went on their Instagrams, and they literally announced it like over a month ago that they're getting a divorce.
Heart goes out to them, I guess.
Anywho, people are like, well, now Tom just has to break up with Ariana so then the Toms can be together. Because that bromance is more than just a bromance.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is true that, like, sports get and, like, athletes get better treatment than the arts. I mean, we all know that. It's sad that they all have to be in that little basement. That's kind of bogus. I'm a sucker for this, but I know you're really not. I think everyone just, like, happening to know the song and just having, like, great musical chemistry while they're in detention, and she wrote these songs. Like, it's not like they're covers. It's not like they start the beat and then they start playing, like, Bad Romance or something. Like, they're singing Bridget Mendler's character's original song. So I was like, okay, that's reaching. But also, I fucking love it. And I don't know why I'm a sucker for that.
It's just your thing. You like musicals.
To an extent. I don't know. I've been rewatching Glee. I'm like halfway through the first season. Bitch, it's bad. That show is bad. Like, objectively bad.
I told you. That's why when I started watching it for our Glee episode, that's why I was like, I literally can't do more than this first season.
It does get better in the second season, but the first season, like, they won Emmys for that shit. And I'm just like, huh? Why? How?
But I am watching Mike's video on it. So that's how I'll get my Glee education, just because I love him.
I need to watch that.
I would probably appreciate it more if I knew the show better, but I want him to do one of One Tree Hill. Because could you imagine that?
Yeah, that would be good. How do you feel about the ending where Mo and Charlie don't end up together and she stays with the boyfriend?
I am fine with that because we didn't really see them interacting literally at all except for like some glances. So I feel like their like relationship wasn't built up a lot. And I feel like at least the boyfriend was like semi-redeemed in the end. And I like that then he became a full-time band member with them. Would have liked to have seen him interact with the rest of the band a little bit more, but it is what it is. And I was fine with them not ending up together. And then that like he walked away and then saw that like girl sitting there and then whatever, he ends up with her. Fine. I wasn't that invested, so I didn't really care.
I really like that it doesn't end with, you know, Charlie having his moment where he like stands up to the boyfriend. I think it's cool that the boyfriend like learns from his mistakes and is like actually a good person. Him and Mo kind of work it out and figure it out, and then Charlie like has to move on and he's not like bitter being fucking weird about it. He's just like, it wasn't meant to be and we're friends and it is what it is. I appreciate it.
Me too. You know what I didn't like though was their final performance at the Star talent show, whatever the fuck. That
you don't like when the electricity cuts out. Oh, and they can't do shit because they're all blind or whatever.
Yeah, I hated that. And then how they're like, oh, but look, the audience is singing our song. Thank God they didn't win, at least. I was so glad that they were like, we ended up losing. Because I was like, if these talent organizers are like, well, I know you couldn't even perform today, but here because of the audience's reaction. But I just felt like that was dumb. I don't know. I didn't like that.
It went beyond Rising Star. They created a movement and like they started something. It's just like in Glee when they don't win regionals and then they don't win nationals in season 2 and then they finally win. Spoiler alert, in season 3.
I do remember in one of my books that I was reading, one of the guys was a hockey player, and it was like one of their huge playoff games, and like we had kind of been building up to it, and I was so certain that they were going to win, and then they lost, and I felt like personally devastated. I was like, there's no way they lost.
Yeah, I remember feeling that way with Glee because they were, not only did they lose, but like if they lost regionals, then they weren't going to get funding and they weren't going to be a club anymore. So it's like, how is there going to be a second season?
What do you think about them playing in Madison Square fucking Garden at the end of the movie?
That was unnecessary. No.
You won't believe where we're playing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Dad. It's like, what? You're not going to go visit your dad and be like, Dad, I'm fucking playing at Madison Square Garden. Like, do you not have visiting hours? You have to write him a letter and be like,
even if he killed a lady, I'd still go.
I'd be like, I've made it. And when you get out of here, it's gonna be okay. Unless you're a fucking killer.
You're a killer, Bella.
Did you see that podcast of Kristen Stewart talking about how Twilight, the first one, is like an indie film?
No, but it totally is. It's like
it totally is. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like all of those. The first Hunger Games movie is very clearly an indie movie.
And she's like, it was so obscure and such like a random ass idea for a teen movie. Like, we didn't think there was gonna be like more after it. So it's like, that's her entire life, and like still to this day, even though she's played like amazing roles, that is what her career is defined by. And like, can you imagine just doing like an indie film and then it takes off and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
When people say Kristen Stewart, you think Bella Swan.
Especially for her, or especially for the Twilight people, because at least when Hunger Games got or was like in the process, Jennifer Lawrence has talked about that in interviews of like they saw what happened with Twilight. So even though the Hunger Games was very much like an indie movie, they knew the potential for it after seeing these other like YA dystopian books come out and be huge. So they were at least like a little bit prepared. Like she almost turned down the role because of that. But for like the Twilight people, like they literally had no clue, because the closest thing to that is Harry Potter. Yeah. And like even that still, you're looking at like pretty different audiences to target. Like, I mean, obviously Harry Potter was targeted as kids, but I feel like Twilight was definitely more of like a teen movie.
Yeah, you know? And it's like romantic and it's not like magic. It's just like vampires.
You just don't see that shit anymore.
No.
You just don't. Like, you don't see these franchises or movies coming out and like absolutely catapulting these people to fame.
Yeah.
Like they used to. That makes me sound old being like, they just don't do these movies like they used to. But really, though, I can't think of the last time that a franchise like that has done what those did.
I feel like now it's more television shows that take off and catapult people. Like I think about the Stranger Things cast and how that show has really catapulted all of those people into like they could literally take whatever job they want. Even like
or literally retire.
Yeah, same. Or like Bridgerton or really successful shows now. It's more like television. But anyways, remember our band? We gotta talk about it because this is a decom about a band. We gotta address it.
I even had a question for you of when they all got sent to jail. So the 6 strings, who of the 6 strings do you think would have gotten us sent to jail?
I mean, at the time, you.
Really? Wow.
You or Ashley Holland?
That's what Ashley Holland was my guess. I mean, probably fair enough for me as well. Or maybe like her and I together.
Yeah.
And then we get everyone in trouble.
And I don't even know like what you guys would have done to like implicate all of us. Now I think it would be me if we were all a band. Like say 6 Strings took off and was successful. If you guys don't know, 6 Strings was Michaela and I's band back in the day because there were 6 of us and there are 6 strings on a guitar. If that took off, I feel like now I would be the one that was like second stint of rehab at least, probably third. I've probably been in and out of rehab like 3 times. At this point.
I think I probably would have been in and out of a mental hospital a few times as well.
For sure.
We would have been the 2 that they would have been having to control the press for, because we would have had fucking issues.
Yeah. I feel like I would have been married and divorced by now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, and then I have my come out moment and my kind of like resurgence and like people like me again. But then it's like still batshit crazy.
I would have probably gotten into like a fight with an interviewer. Like they would have said something that would have pissed me off. I would have been having like a bad day and I wouldn't have been allowed to stay home. And I would have gotten in a fight and it would have like aired everywhere. And then I would have to make a public apology.
Yeah. And then I also feel like you would have this like side organization for like animals, but you like never talk about it, and then it comes out like, oh yeah, she actually has this thing, and then people are like, oh shit, she's like really deep. We kind of like go our separate ways and we don't talk, and like when we do interact it's like a big deal, and then like we come together for like our activism, like through our activism, and then we like get back together and kind of like make really vibey music together, and then we kind of have like a resurgence like Harry Styles where we're just like the fucking moment.
What do you think our genre would have been?
I feel like at the beginning we would have been like boy band but female version. Like, I feel like that was a niche and kind of like a space in the industry that would have been different enough from like what was going on, because we didn't have like Blackpink or anything like that at the time where there's like all these girl groups or like Fifth Harmony. We could have been like that, but like band. So I feel like we would have started like that, transitioned into like indie pop in our like solo careers.
I'd say if I had a solo career, it definitely I would have like wanted to go and be a DJ.
You could have like your little Paris Hilton moment where they're just like, oh my God, she's like a DJ now.
1,000%. But you would be making like music that you like sit back and smoke to. And then we would come together and then make a song like Roses or something.
Bitch, yes. That thing you sent me about the Chainsmokers the other day, Closer by the Chainsmokers featuring Halsey, that is an objectively good song, and if you have anything weird to say about it, I don't fuck with you. Because summer of 2016 was just immaculate vibes, bruh.
I have been a Chainsmokers fan since Selfie, and I still love them. And they are incredible performers. Like, say what you want about them, but that concert was one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
I wrote an entire movie based off of one of their songs.
The band series is literally inspired by their tour with Lennon, Stella, and 5 Seconds of Summer. So
Lennon, Stella, bro. She is so hot to me.
She's beautiful.
Her voice is incredible.
Dude, her one song, Fortress, is one of my faves. And I will never forget, like, her outfit that night, because it was, like, a sparkly suit kind of deal. And her hair was, like, pinned straight down the middle, just, like,
I remember seeing your videos from that, and then, like, you describing that, and, she works that, like, wet hair look that was so in at the time. Yes. Okay. Do we literally have anything else to say?
Let me check my notes, but I don't think so because I'm pretty sure us talking about Six Strings was my last thing. I don't have anything more.
It is cool that like the school is their fans, kind of like the Cheetah Girls, how I've said that before. And I just think that's wildly unrealistic.
You know, our school would not have been fans.
Oh, fuck no. Yeah, it's cool though. I like that tidbit and stuff when the school is like hyping them up. And it's like, oh my God, it's like they're celebrities. Because I feel like that's how athletes are treated in school sometimes, where it's like, oh my God, that's so-and-so. Like, he's the star of the basketball team. It's cool when it's like the artsy kids. Well, we're done and we don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, so we will be back next week, now starting our Game of Thrones rewatch. We will be back to discuss. Oh my
God, I have to fucking start watching that. Holy shit. I have
Dude, you still have a long time, because we aren't recording next week, remember?
Yeah, I know, but my mom and sister are coming.
Oh, I didn't know that. We plan these out, bro, so.
I know, you know I'll do it. You know I'll do it. I will do it. I will do it.
But yeah, we're going to be starting our Game of Thrones coverage. So we'll be covering season 1 next week. I'm very excited. I can't wait to be back with all of our faves at the beginning. And yeah, I'm excited to discuss it with you because we never got the chance to talk about it because I watched it and then you had started and then you watched it leading up. Or did season 8 already happen, or did you watch season 8 live? I feel like you didn't.
No, I didn't watch season 8 live. Okay. It had like just happened because I started watching Game of Thrones in the summer of 2019.
Okay, yeah.
I tried watching it with my former ex-boyfriend, and I didn't like it because I was grossed out by the incest that happens in the first episode. And that was in like high school. So I was like, I can't do this. And then I watched it with my other ex, the full thing.
Because I remember we didn't really get a chance to like talk about it like episode by episode or really anything. It was more like general. Like, what did you think about this? So I'm excited to be able to discuss. And I'm especially excited for us to be able to discuss this 8th season because we have had very differing opinions about the 8th season. And I want to see, I don't think your opinion is going to change, but I want to see if mine is going to change. Rewatching the whole thing from the beginning again.
Right. Yeah. So, it's going to be fun, guys. Tune in if you're a GOT fan, or if you're not, maybe this is an excuse to start watching.
So that's it for today, everyone.
Hell yeah, baby.
Fucking LYLAS.
LYLAS. What does that even fucking mean?
I literally don't know, dude. I couldn't tell you. Gun to my head, wouldn't have a clue.